is it now, Rangers? There are always complainers. What is it now? Nelius. I always planned to turn this nation over to the people when it was stronger, but Nelius refused to wait. He called for revolution, turned family against family, weakened us. I couldn't allow that. The survival of Colorado is more important than one family. Or one idea. Tell me. He's alive then. Good. Save him if you can. He's been a good ally and friend to me. Anything else? What of it? You got a lot of balls saying that to me. I loved my wives. Most of them. It's just, well, you can be married to a woman or a nation, but not both. That was a lesson too long in the learning. But I think I finally got it through my head. I won't remarry. Of course, there's one woman who loves Colorado like I do. But she turned me down years ago. None of your damn business. Are we done here? You expect me to care more this time than I did last time? What's the complaint now? Better that than having the Godfishers raiding our outlying farms, isn't it? I'm protecting the law-abiding people of this nation, and ridding it of the people who break those laws at the same time. I call that a win-win. And yes, I know this is not something an honorable leader would do, but I will do anything, Rangers, anything to keep my people safe. Honor be damned. Understand me? Tell me. And you're not dead. She must have been feeling merciful. What did she say? Yeah, I have. The one she hasn't caught. Anything else? So I've heard. A red-headed soldier, training rebels. Not my first priority, but thanks for the information. For now? No. Stay focused on the task at hand. If she contacts you, well, learn what you can about her plans, but don't move on her until I say. Got it? On the other hand, if she's foolish enough to confront you, do what you have to do. She's a ranger, so it's ranger business, not mine. You expect me to care more this time than I did last time? What's the complaint now? I don't let them do anything. I only pay them not to do it to Colorado. If arms are the only payment they accept, what am I supposed to do? then they can band together like we did, become a state, save themselves. Nothing's stopping them. Come back with results.
Welcome to the palace, Ranger.
Don't you let it lift.
She's old enough to be his grandmother.
Love's love.
And a lavish inheritance is a lavish inheritance.
No trespassing. Sheriff's orders. Old house was ransacked. People say you get used to seeing celebrities. Oh, but it... Okay, now I think I am.
Not exactly subtle, is it? Nice place.
Repel Scar Collector assault! Attackers killed to the last man!
Maybe I'll join you, Marcus. I do like to love people up.
get drummed out in a second, you crackpot.
I'm sure they could use it. I was talking to Village and Joe the other day, and he said that he might be opening up some real estate.
Yeah, for the words of the Reyes, buy up and burn it away.
Досрочное задание третьего года пятилетки. Закономерный сна.
Colonel Death will be along just as soon as I make sure you're all here. And you haven't brought along any unexpected guests. Can't be too careful these days, right? Glad we have an understanding. Well, looks like everyone's here who's supposed to be here, so I'll give her a ring. 1 sec. All clear. Come ahead.
Hey now, cowboys. Face to face at last. And just as handsome as I thought you'd be. Remember when you chose to follow the Patriarch's orders instead of saving those folks Erastus threatened to slaughter? I figured we'd meet here so you could see what was left of them. I know Woodson told you to do Buchanan's bidding, but to my mind, it ain't the Ranger way to help the powerful ahead of the helpless. 'Cause things like this happen. Just something to keep in mind as you hear me out. Good eye, Doc. It's definitely put a hitch in my talk box. But no thank you. I got it under control. This and my fake leg are souvenirs from when my chopper got shot out of the sky over Long Beach, California. Good times. But, since you've obviously got the skills to use them, here, I got a few extra med kits on me. Try not to use them all at once. Well, ain't you polite? Hope that bodes well. Now, what with you not taking Saul's sons out like I asked, I'm guessing we've got different ideas about how things in Colorado should play out. But I'm still hoping you'll come around, November. So here's the deal. As my friends and I see it, two things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. And second, Scar collectors. Well, well, speak of the devil and her minions shall appear. Looks like Liberty overheard our rendezvous call. Guess we'll have to deal with this before we continue.
Forward to death! Laser focused!
As my friends and I see it, two things gotta happen to save the people of Colorado from tyranny and slaughter. First, Liberty and the gang she's gathered out east have to be eliminated. Second, and you're gonna love this, the Patriarch's gotta go too. Hard choices. You mean like choosing to let his marshals shake down folks in the street? Or choosing to let petty criminals freeze to death in his pillories? You know he didn't win that war with the Plains gangs, right? No, he made deals with them. Sends them weapons and supplies as long as they raid settlements outside Colorado. Ain't that neighborly? Sorry, just riles me up. What we want is to get rid of the Buchanans altogether, with us helping to mitigate the chaos that comes after, and give Colorado a chance to live under some honest-to-God rule of law for a change. And for that, we need your help. Thanks for hearing me out. Let's talk about Liberty first. I've got to hand it to her. Daddy's little girl has done the impossible. She's united the boldest and baddest warlords of the Eastern Plains, and she's getting ready to lead them into Colorado. When she does, well, that'll be the end of this place. Every man, woman, and child from here to the Rockies will be killed, enslaved, or taken as a sacrifice, and their houses and towns burned to the ground. None of us want that, right? Oh, I don't mind about that, so long as you change your mind about him after. So? Glad to hear it. So here's the plan. Part 1, help Ironclad Cordite take control of Liberty's gangs. Then, Part 2, let him lead them all off to Kansas, where he can achieve his blood-soaked destiny without getting any on us.
Hold your horses, ma'am. Didn't you just accuse the Patriarch of doing the same thing? Paying the gangs to go east so somebody else has to deal with their depredations?
Yeah, I guess I did. But it's not quite the same.
Yeah? How so?
Well, for one thing, we ain't paying the man. We ain't actively funding murder the way old Saul is. And second, despite Cordite's destiny, my guess is he goes back to Kansas and him and his rivals all wipe each other out, leaving the whole territory a more peaceful place. I know you've got him on ice back at Ranger HQ. Well, it's time to dust him off and put him to good use. Now, I'm guessing y'all have some questions. Pete and Brother Thomas came back with me from LA, and Tax from Arizona. These others are locals who have various gripes against the Patriarch. We trained them up as best we could. Nicer bunch of folks you'll never find. Pretty simple, really. The Patriarch has spies watching Liberty's compound. If you show up, those spies will think you're there on Daddy's behalf, and they'll be happy to see you. If we show up, our plan is revealed, yeah? And that would give the marshals a chance to button up Colorado Springs before we make our attack. They'd be waiting for us. Now that's gonna be a fight. Basically, while you're taking care of Liberty, my team will be in Colorado Springs, softening the ground. Once you finish up out there, you'll come back and help us corner the man and bring him down. Our primary concern other than ending the bloody reign of the Buchanans, is minimizing civilian casualties. That means you've got to ride herd on your crew and watch who you ally yourself with. For instance, we don't want the gangs coming to the party. If Cordite wants to come along and get his revenge on the Patriarch, fine, but he leaves his army at home, no matter how tight a hold he thinks he's got on him. We want to be the good guys here, so we've got to do this clean. Rape and pillage is a surefire way to turn people against their liberators. Keep the peace, keep things fair. I don't see the Rangers running things. I see our job as keeping the playing field even. There's always a lot of weasels that come out of the woodwork after a big man falls, trying to grab a piece of the pie. So we're just gonna hang around, and every time a weasel pops their head up, we'll whack them. At the same time, whenever somebody comes along who tries to take care of the people, all the people, we'll help them out. But we ain't gonna be anybody's muscle. We'll answer to the people, nobody else. I admit that'll be a temptation, but we're gonna try to fight against it. I don't know what a good leader is gonna look like, but I sure as hell know what a bad one looks like. Weeding the garden, that's what we'll be doing. Just weeding the garden. All right then, what's it gonna be? Being hurt now? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna give you Liberty's location anyway. No matter what future we want, she's gotta be stopped, right? All I ask is, when you're finally standing face to face with her, please at least consider dealing with her our way and put a bullet between her eyes. Everything else we talked about, well, let your conscience be your guide. Good luck, cowboys. We'll talk again when Liberty's taken care of.
November. This is Ranger HQ. The Brainiacs at R&D just showed me some of the wild stuff they're done working on. You should come take a look when you're free. Over and out.